All right, we just put the finishing touches on the 2025 Summer 1% Showcase. Had over 400 players here over the course of 2 days in the classes of 2027, 2028, and 2029. Excited to go over some of the standouts from the event. Really enjoyed having these guys here. Incredible level of play over both days. Starting with the class of 2027, we'll start with the MVPs. The offensive MVP was Sam Coluzzi, an attackman from Georgetown Prep and Team 91 Long Island. Coluzzi is tailor-made for this type of setting. He's so explosive, sudden, and shifty. He's able to kind of really take advantage of some of the open space, put guys into, some compromised situations with how they're, defending them and bringing out their approaches to him. If you get him out in space, he's going to make you pay, and he's able to kind of dodge from some different angles, which makes him a threat as both an attackman or a midi. He really kind of solidified himself as the MVP by just consistently scoring goals and setting up others and just kind of being an overwhelming offensive presence on the day. To the other side of the ball, Dillon Galada, the defensive MVP, the LSM from Iona Prep and Express North, a 4-star in the initial NLF rankings. You can see why. His ability to make plays all over the field, especially up top, and he's as good as it gets, kind of creating havoc, and he was not just scoring in transition, but dodging defenses and putting them in a tough situation. If you're going to dodge him, that's a bad decision, and you're going to want to tuck your stick away because he is as good as it gets at taking the ball away in this class. Another offensive player that was outstanding, that was really right there with Coluzzi for MVP, was the attackman / midfielder from Lawrenceville in prime time, Parker Doyle. First caught my eye in the fall. The big Canadian is just really impressive. He's able to kind of create some separation due to his size and power. He's got soft hands, had a real nose for the net, was able to score some goals. Saw him taking wings on face-offs, playing up top, dodging from up top. So definitely a very, very impressive player to watch. One of the top face-off guys, if not the top face-off guy on the day, was All-Star Henry Zgrodnik from Governor's Academy in Laxachusetts. Big body, able to kind of use his strength and power to just bully people at the face-off stripe, and able to kind of have some different exits too, which is always super important. He was consistently able to gain possession for his team, didn't try to do more than he had to, but showed off just an advanced knowledge of exits, and again, with his size, he's got to be 6'2", about 200 pounds. Not something you see every day at the face-off stripe, and definitely something that made a big difference for him. Another defenseman that caught my eye on quite a few occasions was Wyatt Atinson from Grayslake Central in Illinois and plays for Charleston Elite. Lefty defenseman, always seems to have his stick on the ball, always able to kind of make plays. Anytime anyone went near him, it seemed like he was pressing out, getting out of the guy's hands and making an impact. I think one more just kind of shines for his two-way play is Sam Fox from Chaminade. A kid who's just not always going to take a million shots in a good way. Right? He's an unselfish player, but able to make his mark on the offensive end of things, on the defensive end of things. He's great in transition, makes a ton of smart plays. Saw some time this spring on Chaminade's second midfield line, and I expect him to have a big role after what I'm sure will continue to be a big summer for Team 91. We also can't go without talking about the goalies because they were flat out incredible. You can only have 4 spots for All-Stars. There were probably 8 or 9 or even 10 that deserved, that in any other time could be goalies and no one would question it. Some of the top guys that really stood out, Sobel, the #1 player in the class. He's just a different type of goalie. He's so big, but yet so mobile. He talks a ton. He's got great clearing game, and nobody really has a penchant for the big flashy save quite like Mo does. Ippoldo, a starting goalie for Salle in Philly this year. One of the top goalies in the class, another 4-star. He found a way to just kind of make a ton of saves and just so impressive throughout. You kind of see that poise that you get from starting at the varsity level as a sophomore. Another one was Canton from Moorestown in New Jersey in Big 4 Triple H. He's going to be a 4-year starter at Moorestown. Starting at any level of varsity lacrosse is impressive, but Moorestown plays some good teams in South Jersey, and he's been their guy. He was outstanding throughout the day, made a ton of saves, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Was a real presence in the cage for his team.